Hello everybody and welcome to Fresh Adoption Talks with Angie. This week's video topic is titled How I Found Out I Am Adopted. But before we get into that, I would like to take a moment just to say thank you to everybody who has taken the time to come onto our channel and view our videos and our daily posts. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing to our channel. I would like to remind you to please keep your notifications turned on so that you do not miss out on any of our daily quotes and daily affirmations that we share. Going back in time to when I found out I was adopted. I was in high school, I think it was my second year, and we were busy moving at the time. It was during the packing stage when I came across my birth certificate. What made me suspicious was there was my name on it as well as an alternative name that was ruled out. At the time, I didn't think much about it. I put the birth certificate one side and I continued packing. A day or two after that, just before we moved, I approached my mum. I showed her the birth certificate and I asked her whose name this was that has been scratched out. Mum then explained to me, as I at first thought this could be the reason. She said to me that they made a mistake at the hospital and they wrote the incorrect name on my birth certificate and then corrected it by ruling out the wrong name and then putting my name there. I left it at that. We then moved. And when we moved about a week or two into our new place, my mum and my elder sister called me aside and we had a chat. They then explained to me that the birth certificate I found was indeed my birth certificate, but the name on there that has been ruled out was my birth name given by my birth mother. They explained to me that they are not my biological family and that I am adopted. At that time, it didn't really touch me or affect me. I just saw it as, okay, so there's another woman out there who gave birth to me who didn't want me and she gave me up for an adoption, and that is where my mom found me and they took me in. And that was where I left it. Few weeks passed after that and it started working on my mind. I kept on thinking about it until one night that it woke me up and I realized that there's another part to my life that I need to find out about. And it got to a point where it started affecting my schooling, and that is what made me even more sure that I wanted to know more about this. So I then one day spoke to my mom about it, and she explained to me that the woman who gave birth to me was unable to care for me, and she then gave me up for an adoption. My mom and them found out through church members about me living with my granny, and it was on a house visit that my mom met me, and that is where she decided that she would love to adopt me. So she took the story home and she spoke to her husband at the time and their 4 children with regards to them adopting me into their family. After finding out about the adoption, my siblings came and they always checked in on me, finding out, are you okay? Are you fine with what you have found out? They reassured me that I am in my family and that they love me so much, which I don't need reassurance of because I know that there is so much love for me from my family. So before I go further in sharing more about how I found out about my adoption, which I will do in future videos to come, I would just like to say that the reason why I decided on this topic for this week's video is I want to share with the other adoptees out there. If you find out you are adopted, or if you have found out and you haven't dealt with it yet, or you haven't approached the conversation with your adopted family yet, I would like to encourage you to just take a lot of emotional thought into it for your adopted family, as well as your biological family, and then most importantly, as well as for yourself. It's not an easy topic from my experience for adopted family to talk about. They go through a lot of emotions, and one of the biggest emotions that I know for my mom was the fear of losing me, should I decide to want to go and live with my biological mom. I know that was the fear for my siblings as well, should I decide to leave and then go and stay with my biological mom and other siblings. So it is important that we consider how they feel. Yes, it is about us, the adoptee, but it is also about the two families involved, our adopted families and our biological families. So when you do find out that you are adopted, try to consider how they feel. Take into account what they went through as your biological mother and father, or mother, for having made the decision to give you up. It's not a pleasant thing to hear that you were unwanted by somebody, but also we need to consider that there are reasons for why they did what they did. And until we know that reasons, I think we should keep an open mind that there's two sides to each story. In this case, probably three sides, which is the adopted family, biological family, and then your side as the adoptee. So to all of you who are journeying out there on this journey of trying to discover who it is that you are and the person who has given you away, just keep in the back of your mind that you are not to blame. You were not a mistake. You were meant to be here. God has a plan for everybody. He has a plan for our existence. He has put us where we are for a certain reason. And when the time is right, that reason will be revealed to us. So while you're on this journey, adoptees, please keep in mind that your adopted family loves you. It might feel like you are unloved once you find out, but know that they love you. And take into consideration the sensitivity of the subject. It's not easy for them. It's not easy for the biological family. And as the adoptee, it's not easy to accept and hear and know that there is somebody else that you share DNA with that didn't want you. Until we meet again, I hope that this video inspires somebody out there. And I look forward to sharing the next video with you next week, which will be a part 2 to this video, where I will be sharing more of finding out when I was adopted. I hope you guys have an awesome Friday, have an awesome weekend, and I'll chat to you next week. Take care. Adoptees, remember, you are special. Bye-bye.